America was built on a promise. The promise of opportunity. Bring me your tired, your hungry, your poor. Bring me your dreams. Today, America is a diverse nation, and that is one of our greatest strengths. But how can we make sure the promise of America includes everybody?
As a society that is democratic and diverse, we have a responsibility to address prejudices and preferences. That's what it means to be diverse. That's what it means to be democratic. It means that we have ideals, that we don't just stand for discrimination, for disparities, that when we see that there are entire communities, whole neighborhoods where people are being left behind, that we do something about it.
In the 1950s and 1960s, America took important steps to overcome discrimination against women and minorities, passing laws intended to bring about equality. But it takes more than mere words to transform ideals into reality, as America has learned.
We've come a long way in 40 years, but we have a very long way to go. Poverty and racism are rampant. It's more serious today than it was 40 years ago because it serves as a serious undercurrent, very discreet, very hidden. And there is a denial among a great number of people about their attitudes toward race.
I really believe that this area of race has been something that America has just not dealt with. We've started, we haven't finished. If you go back to the Declaration of Independence, I love the words of that document. For we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. That means women too. And that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And if you look at what even our founders were doing, they didn't adhere to that. But there was a promise that was made. And throughout the years, we have tried, made attempts, but we haven't quite gotten there yet.
While progress has been made, for many women in America, equal access and opportunity has not yet been achieved. In Michigan, the record is clear.
How do you know when politicians are trying to fool you? Their lips are moving, and you hear, lottery, lottery. They want you to give up your right to vote on gambling expansion. But it's just another shell game. Their plan for 9 new lottery racetrack casinos shafts the schools, diverts 94% of the profits away from education to racetracks and the general fund. Voters would never approve that. So protect your right to vote. Vote yes on Proposal 1 to let voters decide.
The Big Phone Company has a plan to beautify your home with a huge new cable box. Think it can happen to you? Think again. They're asking the Michigan legislature for permission to kill your curb appeal without paying you or offering you their cable service. In Michigan, every property owner matters. To stop the phone company's land grab, contact your state legislators. Tell them you want the phone company to serve you or pay you for your property. Everyone matters in Michigan. Don't let the big phone companies say you don't.
As a physician, I took an oath to do no harm, but Proposal 4 hurts Michigan's seniors, police, firefighters, and school children.
Proposal 4 robs taxpayers of $300 million that I won from the tobacco settlement and lines the pockets of greedy special interest groups.
It's a dangerous change to our state constitution that fills the bank accounts of unaccountable corporations, some from out of the state.
Stop the robbers at the door. Vote no on Proposal 4.
Is the reason you're not wearing your seatbelt today, sir? Click it or ticket, boys. That's the law.
All units, COL, 4 robbery suspects in a yellow sedan.
We have a section of failed concrete here on southbound US 23, which the Department of Transportation felt was at the point where it couldn't be left any longer. The ride surface was too rough, it was deteriorating over time, and they really needed to fix it for their public using a very busy route north-south, serving the tourist trade. During the week, Monday to Friday, obviously we can't rip up and close a highway because of business traffic. During a weekend, it's hard because of traffic returning from the north on vacation. So we've got a very small window from Friday night to Sunday lunchtime to get this road completely ripped out and put back in place. Tuesday morning, the Department of Transportation called and asked if we would be able to undertake this project the following Friday, which was complete removal of 2 lanes of southbound US 23. We decided we were able to muster the resources ourselves to pave it, to get subcontractors to remove the concrete, prepare the grade, to get asphalt materials made at the plant and shipped out here overnight so that our crews working through the night would be able to replace it. There was a lot of work involved to get this freeway shut down Friday night at 7 p.m. and open by noon the following day. A good example of partnering and a good example of prioritising resources in order to get a great deal of work done in a very short period of time.
You've seen this ad, seen what the Detroit News says about it? The Detroit News says the politicians are the mouthpieces of the racetrack owners, that the ads are intentionally misleading and outlandish, that they're funded by special interests that want 9 new racetrack casinos, the same interests that gave money to the politicians' campaigns. Don't trust politicians. Don't trust special interests. Trust yourself. Vote yes on Proposal 1. Stop the 9 new casinos.
The phone companies and some politicians in the Michigan legislature promised to lower your cable bills. Promise made, promise broken. The politicians now want to raise your cable TV tax to one of the highest in the nation. And their plan would let phone companies discriminate against senior citizens and give cable TV only to the rich. No more broken promises, no higher cable bills. Call your state legislator and Governor Granholm now. Tell them no to House Bill 6456.
Click it or ticket screen test, let's go!
Click it or ticket, a new law.
Click it.
Next.
Hey!
Click it. Click it or ticket, click it or ticket.
Oh! Hello?
Ticket.
Click it or ticket. It's a new law you can live with.
Thank you.
Click it or ticket. It's a new law you can live with.
Around 1830, 40s, they had what they called the Indian Removal Act. One of our leaders at that time, John McGuago, he escaped and made his way back to Athens.
I find it totally fascinating that he was able to come back here. And it was a win-win for both communities because the settlers that first came in here, they didn't have any food. And so the Indians provided meat for the town. You know, we've always gotten along, I think, in that way to help one another. And I think that's part of our sense of community here. I mean, I think that John McGuago and my ancestors had a lot of fortitude and were wise enough to realize that they had to work with the surrounding community to survive.
Actually, I lived on a reservation from the time I was born until about 12 years old. Times are hard. As I recall, I don't think we had electricity until I was about 5 years old. We were, compared to today's standards, fairly poor. There was 11 of us in our family, actually 13 altogether. I recall a school bus coming through. When I was growing up, it seemed like, God, we could fill up probably half that bus with all the families that were living on a reservation at that time.
One of the things that a casino does for us is to bring our people back together so that we can maintain our culture and social ties. And that's important to us as a tribe. The casino is going to help us to be all together. We're not going to be separated. Living together, functioning together as a whole, I think is the goal of any community. And if we get the right help and have the right investors, if you will, and have people to help us along to reach that goal, we can build a good, strong community. And that's what I'm looking forward to.